Hey guys, out romping around, just had a big thunder cell finish over, and while I had a break I thought I would film this little section. Luckily I still have my Nikon AW1, so I'm able to film out here and not worry about my camera, but we did get a break, so it's a little bit easier to film, so I thought I would stop and go over one of the biggest questions I've been getting lately on some of the pictures through Facebook, etc., asking about my pannier bags. These are the Mosko Backcountry35 panniers. I will get into a actual review in a different date. What I wanted to cover today was fitting them on a KLR or any other motorcycle that is using the TCI rack. Now I do believe Moose Racing has a different version of this that they're making. I don't know what the subtleties and differences are. I believe they're pretty much the same, maybe a direct copy, or TCI is making them for Moose Racing under their name. I'm not sure. This is a TCI rack, and it's a little bit different on how you configure and get these on here, but it is still one-handed. And the following video is from last fall when I decided to put these on the TCI rack, and sun's coming out, and it's just a little bit different than your standard install of the Mosko Motos with the pucks. You have to do a little bit of figuring around, but it isn't difficult, and here's the video. Enjoy. Alright, so we're going to make a quick template out of cardboard, transfer that to the metal. Alright, at this point I've essentially cut our shape in half, and we're only going to be working with one half at a time just in case there are subtle differences in the rack. I've also not quite taken the corners down to our marks just so I can actually fit it exactly how I need it in there, and what I want is it to fit just behind where the actual rack system is. Alright, once we're happy with how it fits in there, grab a little flap disc. We're going to clean up the edges and remove some of the powder coating or paint from here and prep it for welding. Alright, first thing we're going to do is basically take the same scrap metal that we had before, clean off a little bit, and just play around with the temperatures on this. I should be able to have this cranked all the way. It's fairly thick. I'm almost positive that the rack itself is actually just solid stock, and so we shouldn't have an issue. And we're just going to initially spot weld this in, and then we will test fit it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Backsides, decent penetration, and let's tack these in place. Alright, well, we got them all welded up. May not be the prettiest thing around. I have a wire feed without gas, but I did discover that the tube is hollow. It is not solid stock, so I had to start the puddle down here and bring it up. Start your feed down here, start your puddle, and then bring it in. A couple spots, like I said, not the prettiest. A couple spots I do have some burn through. But the most important thing is this here is perfectly flush. So these line up, this is perfectly flush, as you can see, and that's kind of the main concern, so that paddle can sit on here. You'll also notice this is the second attempt of doing this. The first one I had, it stopped down here. I just decided to bring up more material and maybe have the possibility of mounting a small storage box on the backside here, just for a little bit of extra storage. So I just wanted to give myself a little more square footage to maybe put a small storage box for tools or tubes or something like that down the road. So right now my only dilemma is I'm going to clean this a little bit up with a flap disc, of course get some paint on it for rust, but I am tempted to fill this with a little bit of epoxy. Not necessarily for strength. It's good solid welds. I'm not worried about these coming off. However, you can get a little bit of gunk and dirt and water and stuff down in here, and so I'm thinking about just smoothing out that line just to keep dirt and stuff like that from accumulating down in that little crevice. Alright, we're getting this all mocked up. I basically attached these We're just going to use actual bolt holes straight in here, so I've kind of marked where these slots are going to be. Because the sleeve here is slotted, I won't have to actually slot the base. Alright, now one of the things I am going to be doing is replacing the Phillips that came with it with an M6 by 30, and as you can see, that comes up a little bit more flush. These stick out a little bit farther. You can also see there's a gap between the actual hardware here and the space there, so I'm hoping I can get a couple washers in here to help fill that up so there isn't such a void. Alright, there you can go. We can see you got the Allen heads. Use the actual Mosko washers on this side. Alright, now on the bottom ones that we drilled out in the plate, these are the M6 by 20s. I've got just a small washer on there, and then the nylon lock nuts. You can see on the back here, we've actually used a large washer, and then I also put a rubber washer that I found at the hardware store. You can also see the height of the M6 by 30. Sticks out just enough. I don't have these Loctited, these are just hand tight for now. We're going to get this on the bike and test it out, make sure the fitment is correct, and then we'll Loctite everything down. Well, it looks like it fits well. No extra warpage from the welding. It's a nice, actually tight fit, tighter fit than before, so maybe there was a little bit of warpage. But only thing left is to add the top plate, attach the wedge to the back of the bag, load it up, and go test it.